Hey, I don't know if you've noticed anything different about me tonight.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
Welcome to Comedy Centric, your place for all things comedy. Every week, we'll discuss the legends and the people who built the business, the performers, writers, behind the scenes, and stories that you have never heard. So relax, take a load off, and join us for this episode of Comedy Centric. Now, the host of your show, nationally headlining comedian, a woman with a wicked sense of humor and a killer Jersey accent, Julia Scotti.
That's I'm getting ready for my Phyllis Diller one-woman show.
Really?
All right. Hi, Kathy Caldwell.
Hey, JS.
How you being doing? How you being done? How you being done okay?
I'm not being done, but I am okay.
Right, maybe you should be done.
I know. Well, you know.
Could you move your camera a little bit to the... There you go. It's a little bit
You
more.
just want that. Yeah, you want that.
That's a much better shot. Now, if you could just move your chair out of the way.
Hey,
so
look.
What is that now? Some other foreign soda you got? What is it? Zero water? So what is it, an empty can? Zero sugar. Oh, okay. So it's basically brown water. It's like brown tap water. Enough with the Midwestern crap, please. I can't hear you. Your mic's off. Boy, folks. And you know what? Kathy Caldwell's a professional broadcaster. So kids, don't try this at home. She's been in radio now, I don't know, 25, 30 years at least. And so she should know that you check the mic before you go on the air. But apparently, even great pros like her make mistakes. Are you back? No, still can't hear you. All right, I'm just going to continue doing the show myself. She finds it. Oh, there she is.
It came off, and
because you were being a smartass. That's why.
Is it being a smartass? It just came unplugged.
All right. Hey, I don't know if you've noticed anything different about me tonight.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
No.
Sorry. That's not right.
There's something different about what I'm doing tonight.
You got a pen.
That's right. You know what? I noticed that the great broadcasters, like Edward R. Murrow, and they always have two things. They always have a pen, and they always have papers. And I have both tonight. So I'm up in my game, baby.
You are a tremendous broadcaster.
I'm a tremendous broad, and I'm a tremendous caster.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Oh. Amen.
So what's going on?
Is it snowing where you are?
It was snowing earlier. It was snowing hard at those big fat flakes, like you think they're really ice balls, but they're not. They're actually snow. And that went away because we knew that wasn't going to last. Are you getting snow? Did you get that?
We had no. New York's getting it right up.
Yeah, they're getting it further up north.
Yeah,
they had a bomb cyclone.
That's not good.
Not a bomb. It's not good.
Not good at all.
What was I had going to tell you? I had going to tell you something.
I don't
remember what it was.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna have to tell me.
I don't know. Had it gonna. So we've taken a little digression from comedy tonight. Well, you know, my other love besides comedy is what?
Sex films.
After that.
Oh, sorry. Music.
Music. That's right. So this is good. This is going to be a music show. La música.
La música.
This gentleman, I met this man through, believe it or not. Wait, why not? Why wouldn't you believe it, Julia? I met this man through Paul Marzano, the man who wrote
this music that's playing right now.
Is it playing?
Sure is.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God, Julia.
What are you going to hold up? I don't hear it. Just shut the hell up. Anyway, it's too soon for the music.
No, it's not. We're playing it. Just
okay. All right, so this man, among other things, he played keyboards for Meatloaf. He toured with Meatloaf. Uh, not the one you eat, the actual guy, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. But he's so much more than that too. And meeting with Paul, we've struck up a friendship, not as deep as yours and mine,
No.
but we're getting there. How am I doing with the pen? I sound a lot more. Now I'm going to do this.
You're gonna poke your tooth out.
Oh, gotta tell you before we go on, I was listening to Kevin Meaney today. I don't know how it came across my screen on Facebook, but it was a show he did at the Throckmorton Theater, and I think 2009 maybe. I got to tell you, this may have been one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I mean, I've worked with Kevin a million times. You know how I feel about him, but God damn, he was so on his game. It was just I was doubled over with, and you know how hard it is to make me laugh. It was just that good. So, folks, if you could find that, I think the name of the special is "That's Not Right." And
on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, it's at the Throckmorton Theater in Mill Valley. Beautiful old theater, which he actually took me. I worked there because of him, and I want to go back there. Lucy Mercer, if you're listening. Anyway, so there's that. And then I wanted to tell you that we just found out yesterday that my album, Primal Cuts, is going to be featured on Sirius XM.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah, on Raw Dog and
look at you, fancy pants.
I know, right? And another channel, like whose name I can't remember. But anyway, that's what's going on. So let's get on. Let's get on with the show. Overture curtain lights. This is it. Tonight's the night. Okay. So when we come back, Ray Anderson is going to be with us, and I don't know if he's got a band or if he's got a guitar or even he might only have a cat. You never know. Are you ready?
Ready. I'm ready.
All right. We'll be back after this shameless plug. Hey, listen, my album, Julie Scotti Jersey Fresh, is available everywhere now. You can download it wherever you want. Everywhere. It's really kind of funny. It's like $10. Come on, buy the damn thing, will you? And also, check out on the Dry Bar, my comedy special, Dry Bar Comedy. It's called Julia Scotti Jersey Fresh. So you can, it's my understanding that if you sign up for Dry Bar, you can see like 100,000 comics on there. But you, of course, after you watch mine. But you get a free month, I think. It's still going on like that. So, again, my album, Primal Cuts, and my special on Dry Bar, Jersey Fresh. It's so simple. Come on, do it. Do it for me. Do it for your mom. I love you. Bye. All right.
Can you hear that?
I love it. I can hear it now. I don't know why I can hear that, and I can't hear when we're going into the commercial. I don't know why. I don't know why. What?
I don't know why either.
Okay. You know what I do know?
What?
I have a pen. And I know our guests. You want to introduce? You know, I always introduce the guests. Why did you introduce the guests?
Well, what? No, because you know him a little better than I, and you probably will do his credits a little bit more.
Well, I'm not going to get to his credits, but he's a very cool guy, and we like to be around cool people because we're not that cool. Well, I am, but you're not so cool. Anyway, he's a well-known musician. He may not be world famous, but within the industry, he's very, very well known, and he's got a resume that would blow your mind. And he's a Jersey guy too, so that's cool. Yeah, I know. All the best people come from Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ray Anderson.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, folks. Hi.
Good.
Where are you, Ray? Yeah.
I'm in Highland Park, right down the street from Rutgers University.
Oh, okay. You're still in Jersey.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I've ventured around the States, but just keep coming back here. I can't leave the city. I can't be too far from here.
Here's the thing. You look at me, you look at Kathy, and then we look at you. And if you took Tommy, the deaf, dumb, and blind kid, and you said to him, which of those three people on that screen is the rock and roll star?
Wow.
There'd be no question about it.
Well,
You look like a rock and roll guy.
He does.
Thank you. I wear black a lot. I can't help it. I just can't help it. And when you hear my resume, I do a lot of sunshine stuff, but yet I'm a yin yang type of guy.
No, I know you. I was reading your resume. I was actually quite surprised about the Mr. Ray thing because we'll talk about that in a little. I don't want. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, because otherwise you're going to screw up my whole head. You grew up in a house that Carole King and wrote most of the Tapestry album. Is that right?
Yeah, in the late 60s, my mom and dad moved my two sisters and I and my grandma into this house in West Orange, right off Pleasant Valley Way. And Gerry Goffin and Carole King owned it. They were going through a divorce at the time, but I was really young. But I remember the realtor bringing us in and we'd meet Carole, and you could tell there was some tension between the two of them. And I mean, that's where like Another Pleasant Valley Sunday, that's where that was written in there. The Monkees used to rehearse in the basement, we were told, on weekends and one year. And so their manager, Don Kirshner, moved them out of, I think, Brooklyn, just to get a taste of suburbia. And they really didn't like it. Hence the song Pleasant Valley Sunday. If you listen to, again, the yin yang, it's another pleasant, but in it talks about creature comfort souls. They only they only numb my soul. They didn't like it. So that song was a perfect, what we were talking about before. Yeah.
This is blowing my mind. Okay. We could spend the entire show just talking about this house. No, I mean, first of all, I didn't know it was in Jersey, and was you and the fact that you met Carole King. Now I just want to touch you and absorb some of that energy.
Thank you.
Not a bad place, like maybe like your neck or something. But
we can talk.
Kat?
Yeah. Do you feel that? Right? Do you feel that energy when you're in the house? Like,
oh my gosh, I mean it. I mean, even the years I lived there. 20 years we lived there. I mean, yeah, and the doorbell rang. Will you still love me tomorrow?
No,
I kid you not. I have goosebumps even talking. It feels like I'm talking about someone else's life. It was just total serendipity. We weren't like, let's move in where like a famous writing team lived. It just happened to be Carole King. Unbelievable. And yeah, to this day, I still pinch myself. And I went back about 10 years ago and the same folks still live there, and they took me all through the house. They were so beautiful, so kind.
So all right, so she wrote the cover of that album, which is I think if I'm not mistaken, one of the biggest selling album of all time, right? Or the Tapestry.
I think for a female, for sure.
Yeah, but she's sitting in front of a window.
Yeah, it's Laurel Canyon. That's the California.
Oh, so that's not the West Orange house. Okay.
No. But she, incubated a lot of ideas. I later heard in interviews in our house. I like saying our house.
Of course.
So it was pretty wild. And then he came back, Gerry Goffin. You know of him, right? If you don't, folks.
Of course. So sure. Yeah.
Google him. And if you never saw Carole's story, it's just escaping me right now. The Broadway show. Hello. Oh my God.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But they wrote. Didn't they write? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't they write Locomotion based on Little Eva was their maid or something? Wasn't that?
That was their maid, and we met her. She was the maid. This young. She was like 17 or 18, and they just said, "Can you sing?" They're like, "Oh my gosh, this."
It was a huge hit. Yeah.
Huge hit, and they were like Brill Building folks,
Right.
Brill Building. And if you've never been there, folks, just to walk in Manhattan and just see where all these, just Google the Brill Building and like anyway, it's just
No, it's legendary. I mean, Neil Sedaka and she were close friends, and they. I think didn't Neil wasn't he in love with her or something like that?
Maybe. Oh, Carol was written about her.
Oh, Carol was written about her, right? Kathy is a little young for Oh, Carol, but it was Neil Sedaka's. I think it was his first hit. One of his first hits.
One of his first hits, yeah.
It's Oh, Carol, I am but a fool. Don't ever leave. It's one of those 3-chord rock and roll songs.
Yeah, but you never forget it,
Oh, this is going to be a fun interview. Go ahead, Kevin.
No, so did you get an inspiration from being in the house, or did you already love music?
Yeah, I already loved music. I mean, right. I was into the Beatles. They're my gods. They're the reason I'm talking to you folks. Seriously, not to wax too deep here, but I just can't help it. They're the reason why I'm talking to you. And but I knew I was a singer-songwriter fanatic. 1971 was an amazing year, for singer-songwriters, and so I just soaked it up. And her room, my bedroom, was where she wrote a lot of her songs. They called it the Red Room. It had red spotlights. It had red shag carpeting.
Wow.
The piano was black, a spinet, and that was my bedroom. And I just soaked it up, man. I know it's pretty cool.
Did you ever go back? Did you ever run into her again? I mean, did you stay in touch?
Okay. As a children's artist for 28 years now, I was signed to this label called Sugar Beats in Manhattan, and it was Carol's daughter, and she didn't know me, and it was another serendipitous trip. I know. I go, guess what? We lived in the same house. She's like, excuse me? I grew up in the house where you grew up. And she's like, what? Anyway, I'm not kidding.
So she was already born then when you lived there?
Yeah, we're around the same age.
Holy shit. That's like
anyway, so it's cool. It's easy to do the math after talking to me, but anyway.
No, it's just incredible though. I mean, what an amazing way to start your career. That would be like me buying Lenny Bruce's house, from Lenny Bruce.
I get it. I revere him, and I'm not even. I totally get it. Yeah, it's tantamount to that. Yeah.
Boy, when you meet your heroes, jeez. We had one hero of mine on here that Kathy hates hearing about.
Right, I haven't heard of. He was one of our first guests, and I've heard about him pretty much ever since.
Bill Persky. Yeah,
Bill Persky.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
Wow, hotter.
So so you are a tremendous musician, obviously, and you've been jamming with a lot of different people. What are you doing now? What are you?
Well, I'm doing a lot of things. My friend told me the other day, he goes, you're not really Aaron Judge. I'm a Yankees fanatic. He goes, you're not really Aaron Judge. I'm like, yeah, where are you going with this? He goes, but you get on base all the time. And I'm like, I'll take that, man. I'll take that.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't hit anything way out of the park yet.
You're Mickey Rivers. You're Mickey Rivers.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Let me ask you, you went to the Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York.
I did for a year.
Not a music school. You went with the idea of becoming an actor?
I did. I had the acting bug in my late teens, and I went there every Saturday for a year, Saturday sessions. And guess what I ended up doing there? I ended up playing piano for scenes. They're like, hey, Ray, we know you sing and write and stuff, play piano. Can you accompany the sing? And that's what I ended up doing there. Instead of acting, I was improvising, people during scenes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
So where did you study music then? Where did you?
No, I didn't study. I'm one of those folks.
You didn't?
Just like all my idols, none of us really read any notes. It was I was just born with something, and I always say I'm either really brilliant or just the biggest stew nod, because I just plowed ahead like, bye everybody, bye girls, bye getting high. I was just like, shoo.
Just for your edification, the word stonato, it's the Italian word stonato, out of tune. That's the actual pronunciation and spelling.
Doesn't mean an imbecile?
It does. It just means out of tune, though. It's a musical term, stonato.
I didn't know it specifically meant that. I knew it meant an imbecile. Hey, you stonato. My mom was all Italian.
Yeah. A shem is more of an imbecile. You're a shem. Anyway.
A shem? Three Stooges?
Shem. SEPM, shem.
All right.
So
we digress.
How do you write music? Oh, go ahead, Kid.
How do you two know each other?
Who?
You and Ray.
Go on, girl.
We met through Paul Marzano. Yeah, I told you that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I said at the beginning of the show, were you not listening? Does anybody listen to me anymore?
Not really.
You're tough.
She's not. She's mean, Ray.
We met through Paul. Woman. Yeah, we met through Paul.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to ask any more questions.
No, you ask as many questions as you want.
Balls in your court, Scotty.
You know, I got a whole anti-bullying program.
Yeah, thank you. Tell us about that. Where did we find it?
No, I did. In 2015, I wrote this anti-bullying thing called No Room for Bullies for like 4th and 5th graders primarily, because my demo for kids music is pre-K to 2nd grade. That's my heart and soul. I write songs about kindness, inclusion, all the things that really matter without sounding sanctimonious. And it's totally my calling in life. As much as I sing sexy stuff, grown up stuff, whatever. I have David Bowie tribute band, but my kids songs and when I just sing for children, grandparents, and parents, it's just I was meant to do it, man. It's like,
and that began how long ago? That was how long ago?
It was 1994. My ex was temping at a daycare, and I walked in. She goes, "Just come in, sing for the kids." And I walked in. I sang "Yellow Submarine." The director goes, "I'm going to hire you." What? So it was just meant to be. You know,
it's weird how the universe takes you to places sometimes.
100%. Wasn't even looking there. Yeah.
Well, that's just it. It's like you have to be open to letting it happen, and it does.
Yeah. Can I say, parallel with you, I had a thing for old Hollywood. You know, besides my rock and roll icons, you know, I grew up with, the Fred Astaire's and the Dick Van Dykes and all that. And, you know, I bring some of those antics to kids with my rock and roll isms.
Really?
Packaged. Yeah, I do. And so I'm very turned on by old Hollywood, the American Songbook, and just,
Let's talk about that for a minute, because this obviously the show justifies having you on a comedy show, is that you do. In what way do you use?
Well, I put on all these voices. I can't stop when they're talking to me, and I'm always I love America, but I always say I'm a Brit. In my other life, I'm a Brit. You know, go, what have you got there, kids, today? And you know, they're turned on by Peppa Pig, a very popular animated show. I go, Peppa Pig, and that's my tie-in. They go, oh my gosh, he's doing like Peppa Pig. So I just put on voices like that. But when I sing, it's as if I've written a grown-up song with lyrics written from the perspective of a child or to a child. So that's the difference. My songs are they're not just like dum, 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 you know what I mean? They're not like.
Okay. Since you opened up the gate here, could we possibly ask you to play a song that I heard
what do you mean,
when I was researching you? Yeah, you got your guitar, Andy?
Oh, mama mia. Talk about being on the spot.
That's what we do here. This is hard-hitting journalism.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man.
She has a pen and everything.
A pen. So here's the song I heard today was "When I Grow Up," which I thought was really kind of cute.
This is written in '94. So when I sing this song now, I get emails from kids who heard it in '94, and they're close to 30, and they're having their own kids now. And it's just, when you get, as an entertainer, when you get messages from people like that grew up with what you did, it's just so cool. When I grow up, what will I be? Whatever I am, you'll be so proud of me. When I grow up, seems so far away. Whatever I wish is what I'll be someday. So many things I can be in this great big world. Together we will all grow up. Every boy and girl will be a doctor or a nurse or a basketball player, a ballerina, a firefighter, or even a guitar player. When I grow up, it goes on and on,
See, if I were a kid, I'd be all over you. I'd be like, "Oh man,
yes.
I want to be Miss. I want to be Mr. Ray." Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
is that's great stuff. But that's like Sesame Street quality
Thank you so
stuff.
much. I
Yeah.
love that show. I love everything they stand for. Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be on it. Well, let's take a step back a second. I know we're going to be bouncing all over the place with this interview, but you started out. Well, you for much of the '80s, you played it. The iconic, you were the house band at the Stone Pony.
Yeah, right.
What a credit.
Yeah, a band called Cats on a Smooth Surface with Bob Bandiera, who went on to play with Bon Jovi, all these amazing musicians, Glenn Burtnick, you know, and it literally was my college. I didn't go to college. I went right from high school to playing, and that place, people say, where'd you go to school? The University of the Stone Pony. We were, like you say, the house band. And when Bruce Springsteen used to jam with us for entire nights,
Wow.
I would just watch him. And not only that, a guy named Bob Bandiera, who, look him up, amazing talent.
I know that name. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he asked me to join the band. And those two cats, man, no pun intended, those two guys, they were my professors. I literally, see, I mean, a good musician knows when not to play. Too many musicians overplay, but watching these cats, like, just, you know, the word is restraint, and when they gave it, they gave everything, and he still does, even at his age, Bruce. And it's just, you know, so that was where I learned to be a real musician, that place. Yeah.
Wow.
It's really
It's wonderful that you had the maturity to recognize what you needed to do to become a better musician. It's like, comics go through the same thing. When I was a baby comic and I would hang out at the Improv and people would come in that I really admired. You sit in the back of the room and you go, how the hell do you do that? How do you do that?
100%.
And I want to do that. I want to be that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work at it, but that's
yeah.
Wow.
What you dealt with kids, or you do work tailored to kids. What really drove you to wanting to have that influence
with kids? You mean kids music?
Yeah.
I just was. I said I know I wasn't even looking for it. It was a perfect fit of the melodicism of the Beatles and the American Songbook, and just instilling instilling into them the message of kindness. You can't say it enough. And it's even my in-between song banter when I speak with kids. I say, look around you. Like one of my most famous songs, as far as the kids' universe goes, is a song called Kaylee and the Alien. It was blue skin. He comes to our planet, and kids make fun of his skin color. It's just so simple. And I said, is that nice? I say, is that nice? And they look at each other, they go, no, that's not nice. I said, look around you. Look how different we all are. Do we make fun of anybody because they're different than us? And they go, no. I said, look at me. Do you promise you'll never be like that when you get older? And they say, you know, and it's so adorable. Oh my gosh. It's just so adorable.
But it really is an extension of rock and roll, because rock was kids' music, albeit the kids were older, but still.
Yeah.
The message of classic rock, and
for all intents, right, for all intents and purposes, I'm the first live performer many of these kids have ever seen. You know, like I do a preschool every Wednesday in Short Hills. It's the 300 kids for 5 hours every Wednesday. It's the largest preschool in New Jersey.
God bless you.
And it's these kids. I sit in a room, and every 20-30 minutes, the kids just replenish. And it's like, and 5 hours goes like that. And they all ask for my originals, and it's just so beautiful. And not from an ego point,
no, pardon the pun, but you're a rock star. You know, you really are. And
for them, you know,
and a teacher.
Yeah. It's just so cool. I'm just so blessed.
All right. Again, we're going to jump back because everything is interconnected here.
Yeah.
And I know Jimmy would kill me if I didn't talk to you about your time with Meatloaf.
May he rest in peace. Yeah, I really miss him, and I learned a lot from him too. You know, again, this guy who just left everything on the stage. He always told me, he goes, Ray, don't ever mail in a performance. I don't care if it's 3-year-olds or 73-year-olds. Never mail in a performance, whether that's 2 people out there or 22,000 people, you know. And it's just, he was just a great guy. And I'm just saying what he said. He was a fan of my Mr. Ray music. In the end, he was calling me Mr. Ray, and that's why I left. I said, me, I miss the kids. I love playing with you. It's so much fun being on the road. And my ex and I want to start having a family too, but I really miss my kids' music 100% because I was with him a lot, when we toured.
How long were you with him?
Like 3.5, 4 years. And, we would stay in London for months. And, for this guy who wanted to be oh my God, that was amazing.
Were you there for the second album or for the first one? Were you there for the first one?
No. He first came out in 76.
Okay, yeah. Was it really that? Wow.
Oh, yeah. No, I was with him in 98. So, yeah.
Later.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I would do anything for love.
Yeah.
Like a few years after that is when I joined,
Okay. I got to ask this stupid question because I am stupid, but I have listened to that song 10,000 times. What wouldn't he do? What was the thing he wouldn't do?
I'll never forget the way I feel with you right now. That I'll never forgetting the way he feels with his
But I won't do that. But it won't do what?
Oh, yeah. It's just the way he sings it. That he won't do that. He'll never forget the way he feels.
God damn it!
I know. You think it's something more mysterious and more like you're like that's it.
Yeah, I thought it was like, well, I won't hit your mother in the back of the head with a shovel again. But you know what? I bet I'm not the only one who had that question. I swear to God.
No. In fact, that was part of our act, part of his act. He had a blackboard. We did VH1 Storytellers. My first gig with him. I was like this. It was like Sony Studios in Harlem, and he's going like, "All right, blackboard. Here's that. What do you think is that? I'll never forget the way." Like he made it like a classroom thing. You know what I'm saying?
I saw. There was a movie when I was a teacher. I was a teacher. I don't know if you knew that, but I used to show my kids this movie called Freak the Mighty, and he had a part in it, and a major part in it too. And he was a mean guy in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Freak the what?
Yeah. Freak, Freak, the Mighty. Look it up, and you'll see. Yeah, he's terrific in it. I was just wondering if you had ever had that conversation with him.
No. But we did songs from Rocky Horror, which is a trip because and it's so beautiful when you grow up with somebody's music or their movie, and then you're hanging with them, you're making music with them. It's pretty surreal. Yeah.
Did you ever meet Jim Steinman?
No, he never came out. He was a total recluse.
Really? Did not know that.
Yeah.
Who is that?
He wrote all the songs. He wrote
Okay.
all those songs that Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yeah, he wrote the whole Bat Out of Hell album too.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll buy his house one day, and you could
buy his mailbox.
Might be in the attic somewhere. I don't know. So you were there until 2001.
Yeah.
Is it a coincidence that was the same year as 9/11, or did it just had no?
No. Yeah, no, it was earlier in the year. So wow, I never thought about that. Yeah.
Well, I know because I know how much that event affected my life and everyone else's. It really caused you to step back and think about what was important to you. I was just curious.
I had a meeting with Disney or something about a Mr. Ray TV show, my own show, the week of, and they canceled, and then they just lost interest. It was like, that show.
Well, but 22 years ago, that was a devastating thing. But now you've got the internet. Everybody's producing their own stuff. Why didn't you do your own show?
Well, I'm actually shopping the show right now based on that song I told you, Kelly and the Alien. I have a great pitch deck.
I wish I knew how it went. I wish somebody had a guitar that could play a little of it so we would know how it went.
All right, I'll give it. Twist
how
my
does it go?
So somewhere in outer space lived a little alien from the planet Rock. He traveled to this place. In his spaceship he flew past the galaxies and the stars. He landed lawn. Look, kids, his spaceship was the shape of a guitar.
Candy bar.
Guitar.
My
Oh,
name is
damn it.
Alien the Alien. I won't hurt you. I will help you. I want you to be kind to each other. I'm Kellyanne, the alien. La la la.
Oh, man.
That's it, you know.
That is
I love
catchy.
it. I
Hey,
love it. I love the message.
Thank you so much. And it's in a minor key. You know, it's not like
Yeah.
my name is Kelly. You know, not there's
Right.
anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying it's
No, it's got a great feel to it, and it's singing on a Sunday afternoon in the
wow.
summertime. It sounds a little like that, right?
The Kinks.
It's got that same feel. The cadence is the same. Yeah,
Wow.
it swings.
That's so what a cool. Oh my God.
Who was that? The Lovin' Spoonful?
No, the Kinks.
The Kinks. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful reference. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all she's good for.
So
I know. I need to hear more about being nice. I need him to sing to me more.
So you I mean this I know this is a stupid when I was reading about Mr. Ray, I couldn't help thinking about the Charlie Sheen character in 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
Because during one of the seasons he decides he's going to write children's songs. Do you know that? Do you know about that?
I'm honest, maybe I've seen it one time, but yeah, people tell me that through the years. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, and it's like what you're telling me you're doing.
Yeah.
It seems like they ripped it off completely.
Did I precede that, or was that before me or after? 94. I don't even know what year. I don't know what year that was. That show.
Go look at, because it's very, although his lyrics are kind of semi-pornographic, but
yeah, I heard about that. Right.
Yeah, but the idea of a rock and roll songwriter doing this stuff for kids is, I think they screwed you, man. I think they ripped you off. Well, so the music of Mr. Ray reached 5 million streams in 2022. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. I got $20. No, I'm kidding. No, but I mean,
do you make money off the streaming?
You do, but nothing like CDs. Yeah. I mean, I used to stand outside gigs like just cash, $15 a pop. I'm not trying to sound like a mercenary, but seriously, I'm just calling a spade a spade.
I do the same thing too. Yeah,
$15 pop cash after my gigs, autograph sessions, and it was just, you know. And I'm not one of these old guys that just saying, those are the good old days. But I'm sorry, just physical media, and there's just something about owning something, having something in your hand, and but yeah, for writers and artists like myself, and you know, comedian, whatever aspect of showbiz that has sound, it's nothing like it was.
We just came out of a lawsuit. We were a company, my record company was trying to, I don't even know if I should talk. I could talk about it. We're out of it now. My old record company. They had good intentions. The radio was playing, satellite radio was playing our comedy stuff, and we would get paid for that. We'd get the royalties of it. But they were saying, well, we should get paid also as writers, because everybody else does. Musicians get paid as performers and writers, but we don't. And I think that's wrong. But the lawsuit's going to take 100 years to settle. But
I never heard. I never thought about that. It's proprietary. Your material. It's you.
Well, yeah, but comedians on the food chain of show business are somewhere below spoon players. Spoon play. And then, a good spoon player is hard to find.
It's true. It's very true. It's true.
Let me ask you about songs for seeds. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, because
I was just singing at some kid's birthday party, and these two amazing couples came up to me in the city, and they said, we're starting a franchise about a 3-piece band for kids. We're going to start a curriculum, not in schools though, at Wise, temples, churches, whomever wants to, buy into this franchise, and and I wrote all the songs for that, and it was great. I mean, it was from here in Dubai and India, all these places around, and yeah.
Is it still in existence?
It is, and I'll tell you, I became my own franchise owner of that and COVID killed it, so I'm no longer. Yeah, that's okay. It just things happen, but but when I talk to other children's musicians, they say, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to do this." I said, "Look, it's not the sexiest game in the world, but you never know who's listening to you." Hence the story of Songs for Seeds. The parents who hired me to write the whole curriculum, the music curriculum. So
it's a good, funny you said, because when I was a teacher, I produced the school plays, and one of my students was you could tell, even in the 6th grade, this kid was destined for show business. Nothing was going to stop him. And as it turned out, he always got the leads in the plays and stuff. And every time I never saw a child happier than when this kid was performing. And he went on to become a teacher, and he teaches choral singing in the high school. I can't name, but it's just what you do with music, especially with kids who are at risk. Music really all the performing arts, and it's sad that that's the first program that gets screwed in a school system when they cut.
Yeah, it's true, and a lot of the places I play now have integrated with special needs populations built right within kids that are not of that population. And it's really cool to see those kids, interacting with kids of that population. They look out for them and stuff. It's really beautiful.
There's this little light that goes on inside these kids when they discover that they have a talent for something. It's mind-blowing. I mean, my rules for my kids were strict. You stay out of trouble, or you don't get to be in the show. And they were so good. They were so good. I didn't lose one kid. It was so. What you're doing is it's holy work, really. So right now you're working. There's so much. Tell me about the Bowie band a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was never a big tribute band guy. You know what I mean? A lot of my friends do it, and it's great. But just for myself, I never was. There's a million Beatle tribute bands, but David Bowie, my hetero man crush. Sorry.
Yeah. Did you know the story about Uncle Floyd?
Oh my gosh, that song! She's referring. There's a song he sings about where do you know who Uncle Floyd was? Do you know?
Oh, sure, the comedian. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he sings a song and he name checks him in the song. Uncle Floyd, and it's just like you hear, and Uncle Floyd must have been like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Well, I know Floyd, and Floyd was like, the song is about him. Yeah. And Floyd was telling me that when Bowie reached out to him, he said that I think it was Mick Jagger and Bowie used to watch it was a kids show.
No, it was Lennon. It was Lennon and
was it Lennon?
It was Lennon and who was it? The guy, not Sid Vicious. Shit.
But Bowie too. Bowie watched it too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Watch it together, you mean, or just no? It's just
yes. After school,
he would watch. Well, not after school, but they were adults, but they would watch the show.
Yeah, in the afternoon,
on the road or wherever they were. But so that's yeah.
So wait, Floyd, really? What did he say? Was he like just?
He's very blasé about it. I mean, Floyd's a character. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah. That's good.
But he's just very blasé about it, and he goes, "Yeah, that song, Bowie wrote it about me because he loved the show, about all the characters, because he name checks all the other characters on the show too."
Yeah.
In the live performance, Bowie actually explains. He goes, "This is about a guy that we would get. We were a little addle brained at the time, and me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he goes and would sit and on the sofa and watch this guy, Uncle Floyd, and this is about
Jimmy.
that.
Can you find that out? What the name of that song is? No. Or if you're not out getting a hot dog somewhere, can you sort of Google it? See if you can find it.
I can find
I'm
it.
on it.
Yeah, all right, he's on it. All right, Jimmy will get it first. So I'd love to. Yeah, you probably do it. You may not do it in the show.
Slip away.
Slip away.
Gosh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
We only do the hits. Cool. I can't do deep songs like that. You want people to come back, keep coming back.
That's true.
People like it, Anyway, so his music is so sexy and mysterious, and it's so dense in a beautiful way. And I have women in it. I spread the vocal love. It's not just me. It's there's 8 of us. We only do like a few gigs a year. It's a boutique thing.
But these are singers that have been with major groups, though, right? They're like Bon Jovi.
Absolutely. One woman, Reagan Richards, is with Williams Honor, and a couple of people toured with Bon Jovi, and another woman has a great R&B band, Motor City Review, Leon Holmes, and it's just it's so much fun. And we dress up, but I don't put on an orange wig, but I put the guy liner on and stuff, and it just feels
Well, I can definitely see you,
and the Mr. Ray moms and dads and grandparents, they go, Mr. Ray, is that you?
No.
What happened to Mr. Ray? Oh God.
Mr. Ray.
He turned into Mr. K.
What have they done to Mr. Ray? Let me you did this. You re-recorded different drum, Linda Ronstadt's song for.
Yeah, with
tell me about that.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Dave Palomeni, is executive producer on this movie. It stars, what's his name, Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's his name.
Ever watch Stranger Things on Netflix?
No, I have not.
It's an 80s like sci-fi thing with teenagers. It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 seasons. My daughter turned me on to it. She's 18, and we watched it. Anyway, so he's in it, and it's called The Tutor, Tutor. It comes out this month, and they asked us to re-record, me and Reagan Richards from the Bowie Band, in Williams' honor, Different Drum, which was written by Mike Nesmith. It's Linda Ronstadt's first hit, and it was with her band. Yeah,
Mike Nesmith wrote that.
Yeah, from the Monkees. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Wow.
He was like,
I was like
a child. In like 1964 or 5. Oh my gosh. I know.
Holy cow.
I know.
Boy, we all learned something here tonight.
You and I go to the
beat of a different drum. I love that song.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sing with you. I was just.
No, that's not why I stopped.
No,
I would.
That's why everybody stops.
Yeah.
I'm like Lucille Ball, and I love Lucy. Nobody wants to sing with me because
I always say, do you know why they sang that song? And she says, why? I said, so you don't have to.
That's the sad part of my life. I play drums. I can do comedy.
Yeah, I saw that. That's my
But all I ever wanted to do was sing. I wanted to be back then I wanted to be Bobby Darin. Now I can't.
You want to be Mrs. Darin.
I want to be Sandra Dee.
So I've learned a lot, and that I didn't know.
Okay.
So that's cool. we play a little game as we wrap up the show. It's called "Are You Smarter Than a 70-Year-Old?" It's a little trivia game. Would you like to play?
70-year-old.
Sure.
He's just 70.
All right.
Okay.
Let me apologize ahead of time here because we put everybody through this, and so
there's no judgment. All right. What U.S. president was a law professor?
Oh my gosh. I can't even. Harry Truman?
Julia?
I'm thinking. I kind of think I know this one, but I want to say.
Oh, was I not supposed to say it right now?
No. Yes, you can absolutely say it.
Yeah. I want to say James Madison.
Bill Clinton.
Of course.
That's right.
Right? I know. That was the other guy. All right. How many pounds are in a ton?
Oh, I know that.
2,000?
Yeah.
All right. You're both right. What is the best-selling Christmas single of all time?
White Christmas or wait? Okay, I have two answers. I can't have two answers, but I would say White Christmas, but it may not be.
Julia?
Wait, Julia.
I'm gonna go with White Christmas, but or Silent Night, one or the other. Just I'm saying White Christmas.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say now.
White Christmas. You guys are right. White Christmas. You're right. Can you
Oh,
sing
really?
it?
I was going to say Mariah Carey's song.
No, All I Want for Christmas Is You. That one.
I think that's the highest grossing, but maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
Every year I heard she gets like $1 million just for that. So.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I think I want to go to work next year. What? Oh, is this the check? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna sit home.
What are baby rabbits called?
Lunch. Sorry.
Oh man.
Pups.
I don't know. Baby rabbits. Chicks. No. That's a bird. I don't know.
All right. They're called kits. Kits. Kits.
What? We call them kits.
We call them kits. All right, couple more here. Who is Barbie's little sister?
Wait, before you talk, kits is also a word for your luggage, your baggage. It's an old-fashioned word. That's where the phrase kit and caboodle comes from.
Oh.
To carry.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's an old show business expression. You got a kit? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I like that.
Who is Barbie's little sister?
The chick from Jersey Shore.
No idea. No idea. I'm sorry.
I was going to tell you.
I was going to say, no idea. I'm proud of it.
Elsie. Is it Elsie?
No, it's not Elsie. Skipper.
Skipper?
I didn't know that either.
Skipper.
His sister? It started out as Skipper, her brother, but it's
it's 2023. Okay.
All right, I got a question for Ray. Ray, Bambi, male or female?
It just in my mind, real quick, I just thought female.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's male.
Oh.
Really?
Did you think he was female too, Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. All these years, I'm 70 years old. I found out a year and a half ago that Bambi was a boy. Oh, I go, well, no wonder I'm gender confused.
Are you okay?
I'm okay now, but back then it was.
Okay.
All right, Liz.
All right,
where are we?
Let's continue on. We have a couple more here. What product had the first barcode?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Wow. What could it be? Coffee? I don't know. I have no idea. Julia.
I'm going to go with Coca-Cola.
Ooh.
It's good, but no.
Okay.
Wrigley's gum. Gum.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Why do people say bless you when you sneeze?
I know the answer to this, I think.
Oh, you really do? Yeah.
I think I do, actually, yeah.
Really? I'd like to hear it. I'm sure it's just, no, I'm
you
sure.
Want to take a guess? You want to take a guess?
I mean, who knows what part of culture started that originally? God bless you or bless you. Is it an Italian thing?
No, I think I think they thought that when you sneeze, and it's almost actually true that you were close, that you died for a second, and if you died and didn't come back, you wanted to. But you actually, your heart does stop when you sneeze a little bit. So but they didn't know that back then, but it seemed like. Am I right, Kath? Is that what it is?
Yes. When you sneeze, your heart stops for a millisecond.
Yeah. Wow. That's why.
Yeah. Good job, Jules.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't spend 30 years in grammar school for nothing.
Two more. Where would you find a shrimp's heart?
Where?
In the tail? Oh no.
Where would you find the shrimp's heart? It's in
they don't have one.
They gotta have a heart. How do they not? They gotta have a heart.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with it in its throat.
I say
Head.
tail.
It's
Head,
head.
okay.
Their head. It's in their head.
Oh.
All right. Last question.
Thank God.
What would true or false? Rats and horses cannot vomit.
They, they can if they drink sour milk.
I can't believe a horse can't vomit. Why?
Can you imagine a horse vomiting though?
Yeah, it's a mess.
But rats can eat rat poison and not die. They can, so there must be something in there.
We have to talk about rats.
I hate rats too. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, I'm definitely afraid of why she picked this one of all questions. You have another one? You have an alternate one, Liz? An alternate?
I want to hear the answer though.
Oh, true. They cannot vomit.
But they can spit at you. They can hock a loogie. That they can do.
Hock a loogie.
They can hock a loogie.
They can definitely
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Well, you stick with us, Ray. We only the best quality.
All right, one more, Kathy. Come on.
All right.
We're gonna have to set the clocks back again.
In what movie did Robert De Niro say, "You talking to me"?
Taxi driver.
Yeah. Yep.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I bet you never expected that, Ray.
No, I think it was cool. Keep my brain.
Do you want to close us out with a song? I mean, I don't know if you want to. A Mr. Ray song. How about a Mr. Ray song?
Let's see.
Well, one of your because we have millions of listeners. By the way, can people buy this music?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on all these platforms: Spotify, Amazon.
Is it under your name or Mr. Ray?
It's under Mr. Ray, Mr. Ray. Yeah.
Okay.
So if they go to Mr. Ray, they can purchase your music for their kids. Yes.
Right. Or, they just listen to it on their streaming platform, or any smart device, hey, Alexa, play so-and-so by Mr. Ray,
Okay. So
this is my first song I ever wrote for kids. It's a song about the colors of the rainbow. It's called Roy G.
Biv.
Now, it's funny how many adults come up to me like, how did you come up with that, those, what's that called? Anagram, right? Is it an anagram? Wait,
yeah, I think it's called that.
I look at them like, seriously, you thought I made that up? Some people do. I'm just saying, God bless them, but it's like,
Well, Kathy's got a quizzical look at because she went to school in the wilds of Pennsylvania. Roy G. Biv, Colors of the Rainbow.
I know.
What do you got that look on your face for?
Because I was listening to his story about.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the first song I ever made for kids, so it's my firstborn.
Okay.
I know a boy named Roy G. Biv. Up in the sky is where he lives. His name stands for the colors of the rainbow. This is the story of Roy G. Biv. Who likes red? Red is the color of the bouncing ball we play it with every day. Who likes orange?
I like orange.
Orange is the color and the name of the juiciest fruit. I know. And I go, who loves fruit? And they all go, oh. I go, awesome. A boy. And the teachers look at me like, I know a boy named Roy G. Biv. Anyway, it's like that,
Oh, that's great. Oh, my God. I can't tell you how much fun this has been. This is really, thank you for coming on. And
you're lovely people. Thank you so much.
Did you have a good time?
I certainly did. Thank you. Who doesn't like talking about themselves? But
Ray, thank you for the message behind your music. It's so important for kids and to have a good influence like yourself that can entertain and show kids that, music doesn't have to be, evil or mean.
It's
a great message.
Thank you so much. Yeah, they'll get into their own, hip hop, rap, or rock, whatever they're into eventually. But as these little humans are just starting out, I like to instill upon them some of these messages. And again, I'm not being sanctimonious. It's just I think the world needs what the world needs now. is love, sweet love. It's so true, man. It's just
It's
in
true.
whatever
It's
form, whatever flavor. It's just so much division right now. You know, I don't care what side you walk on. There's just way too much. And as I always say, I like to find out what we have in common more than what divides us. I do. I really.
And that's a great way to close it out.
And kids are our future, so you're helping, trying to.
So, well, this is right about where Jimmy should pot up the music for our closing at Paul Marzano's song.
Oh, there it is.
I don't hear it. Is it there?
What song?
This is our theme song. Paul Marzano wrote it. It's from his album. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah. So, is it playing?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Ever so slightly.
Again, I can't hear.
Can you hear it, Ray? Ray, can you hear it?
No.
Yes. No. You can't?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Why is this happening only to me? All right. Hey,
Why
Ray,
me? Why me?
Why not you?
Why not me? Thank you so much. And I hope to have you back soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too, my
Bye,
friend.
honey. Take care.
Bye.